I'm going to walk you through the game of the reigning world champion Magnus Carlsen. So this game was played against Daniil Dubov, and as you know, that has been the nemesis for Magnus Carlsen. In fact, Dubov has an excellent record against Magnus and many other players. He's an excellent chess player and a really tough opponent for Magnus at times. So in this game, obviously, it's gonna be Magnus's great victory this time. In this game, he shocked Dubov with a brilliant move. So like always, go ahead, pause the video and try to find the spectacular move that Magnus Carlsen played here. Alright, so in this position, Magnus played a move that was extremely stunning. So here he played queen takes on b3. Now this is simply stunning. This queen sacrifice is totally dominating, and after this, it is everything that's going to happen. Magnus is going to control every single move because white will have not a single speck of counterplay. So let's have a look at this. Obviously, the queen was captured. A takes. Obviously, knight takes results into black capturing the white queen. So just there, we just capture this queen, and obviously, black is much better in this position. So Daniil Dubov tried to accept the, obviously, he did accept the queen of Magnus. And now, here comes the move. Bishop takes b4. This is a very cold-blooded move, and white's queen is now eternally pinned. Basically, whenever the queen tries to go away, we can simply pick up the knight on d2 because our rook is attacking it, our bishop is attacking it. It is already a hopeless position, and already Magnus has a rook and a bishop for the queen, and that's not bad compensation. In fact, if you look at white's pieces, they are really badly placed. The rook on e2, the bishop on g2, not really impressive at all. Doesn't give a great impression. So let's continue the game. In this position, Daniil played bishop to f1. Let's have a look at what happens if white tries to entangle himself. If he plays something like queen a1 trying to get out of the pin, black can continue simply by capturing the bishop on capturing the knight on d2, and after something like queen takes pawn, rook d7, the queen has to move back. There is nothing to do. The queen has no work on a7. It has to go back, and now we can simply move check bishop f1 and simply move the bishop to c3. You can see the bishop is doing an excellent job covering all the squares. The rook on c1 can't be attacked, and there's a huge threat. Black would very much like to play rook d to d1, and that will be game over. In fact, you can't really play something like let me give an example. Something like rook to d2 looks sensible in order to get out of the things, but in fact that's a very bad move. After rook to a1, that traps the queen. So basically, this variation with queen a1 is unplayable, cannot be played. So here in this position, Daniil tries to play tries to defend and go bishop to f1. This is a passive defense. But here comes Magnus's move. He does not hurry at all. He can already continue with move like rook to c2 or trying to double on the d file, but he does not hurry up with anything at all. Here he calmly plays the move pawn to a5 and shows that he's the one who's totally under control here. He's the one who has everything under his control and everything. He's the one who's dominating every single thing. So this is masterful strategy. White is not even given the pawn on a7 to capture. So after this move, a5, that pawn is no longer even a target. In this game, actually, Daniil went on to play queen to d1, but let's have a look at what happens if white captures pawn and passant. Now you can play bishop takes a6 and look at those raging bishops. Those rooks combined with those bishops, it's totally a deadly combination. Basically, the game is over. White can safely resign. White is going to lose too much of material, even for the queen. Black has more than excellent compensation, and this would have been too much. So in the game, instead of this, Daniil played queen to d1, and now what should Magnus play? Again, Magnus shows his calm, doesn't hurry at all, knows that he has total control of the position, plays a move like h6. Now this is a move that you use to tease your opponent. Basically, with this move, Magnus makes an indirect statement that he is totally under control. He can waste 10 moves if he wants, but he's the one who is going to win more material because the knight on d2 is forever pinned, and no one can stop black from simply doubling on the d file, something like rook d5, rook d1, and no matter what, white does. White is going to lose more material. In fact, black's coordination is so perfect, his position is so solid, that I do not think that white can even win more material here, uh, without losing material, of course. So definitely this was a great game by Magnus Carlsen, and it shows his sense of positional superiority. In such kind of positions, Magnus is simply unbeatable. So hope you enjoyed this game of Magnus Carlsen, the reigning world champion. We are gonna the next world championship is soon going to happen, and that will be a test. Although I do think that things are still in favor of Magnus, he's the stronger one, but it's always exciting to see. Specifically, it's going to be a clash of styles. So we'll wait for that. We'll wait for the excitement, because it's definitely it's worth waiting. So until next time, see you guys. Bye.